Hey, what is up, DBC fans and fellow collectors alike? How is everyone doing today? So welcome back to yet another episode of Kenshi Reveals. So today we're going to be looking at the very cute yet very fearsome prince himself. We're going to be looking at Kid Vegeta. So anyway, you guys, as always, let's get this little guy out of the way and take a much closer look at the packaging. So looking at the box, the first thing I do want to say that this box is extremely small. It's about, I want to say about 4 to 5 inches, and keep in mind, this is an Ichiban Kuji. So those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you've seen all the Ichiban Kujis I've reviewed before. You've seen I reviewed the Baby Goku, Broly, Uzaru, etc. And you've seen those boxes, they're huge. They're about maybe 10 to 12 inch boxes. This, on the other hand, is very tiny for a very tiny figure. So anyway, looking at the front, we see all our basic stuff. We do see Ichiban Kuji right here, Dragon Ball Z, Band Presto right here. Everything else in Japanese, I don't understand too much, at all, should I say. So if you can't, do feel free to pause it now and translate it. Please translate it in the comments below. Going off to the side right here, we get a general idea of how the figure is going to look like, as soon as you get him out of the packaging. Right there on the side, you do see Prince Vegeta written in English. For those Japanese speaking subscribers, here's the back. I have no idea what anything says, possibly Dragon Ball Z, and right here's a contact number. So, it's possibly a bio. I don't understand Japanese, but if you guys do, once again, feel free to pause it now so you guys can read it. Now, I do apologize. Right here on the right side is possibly the bio. So, anybody, please, if you can, please translate this for me. I'm very interested as to what, this side does say. So, of course, you do get another display of the figure, him right there smirking. You also get the sand symbol right here. And finally, right here, going on to the top, I do have to say it's my favorite part of the box because you do get a little Saiyan pod right here. Most likely this is Vegeta, most likely this is Dragon Ball Z. We do get the sand symbol once again. And of course, we get the infamous toy sticker. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, down to your knees because the prince is here. Anyway, you guys, about this figure, I gotta say I'm a little bit disappointed, not only because of the size. Once again, this is Ichiban Kuji, and his design, well, at least his sculpt, is a bit simple. It's unique and all, but compared to the other Ichiban Kujis I have reviewed earlier on my channel, this guy has to be the most simplest, which is cool because his character design isn't that that detailed anyway once you look at the anime. So anyway, you guys, let's take a much closer look at this absolute badass. So here he is, you guys, the Saiyan Prince himself. So anyway, I gotta absolutely admire the way they actually try to capture his kind of his personality, because in the anime, when he was a kid, he kind of thought he was the shit and everything. He always thought he was all powerful, all knowing and everything. Of course, he's a kid. Anyway, I do love the little smirk he has. When it comes to the hair and everything, there is no sculpted hairlines or anything, but it's still a pretty awesome effect they did with the hair. It's pretty unique. He does not have the widow's peak when he was young. I personally do like this hairstyle he had when he was little. So in case you guys were wondering, his hair is not spiky at all, although it may look like it. Those edges are smoothing through, so do feel free to grab him by the head, if you ever need to. He does not look bad at all. I do have the little sculpt right here on the ears are pretty unique too. Pretty cool. I'm not going to say unique, because mostly every figure nowadays do have that. His skin tone is not bad at all. So let me get you guys a much closer look at that little crest he has. I'm pretty sure you guys did see his little insignia right there on his chest. Alrighty folks, before we get to the color variation, I do have to point out that this probably caught your attention as well. With the little insignia slash this little Saiyan symbol right here across his his chest plate. And I gotta say, that's absolutely cool. It's not sculpted or anything, it's painted. And it's cool, even though it's kind of unfortunate that he's crossing his arms and he's covering most of it. But what can you say? Vegeta as an adult and as a kid, that's his iconic look. He's always crossing his arms. So anyway, that's absolutely true to the character design, and I always have to appreciate that. So moving on to the color variation, this figure does have, a series of colors that blend in so very well, even though most of it is white and everything. So the gloves are white and kind of grayish. I'm not sure if it's going to capture that on camera, but they didn't make it a solid white, which is always a plus. Same goes for the stained armor. You can't really see it on camera. I'm sorry about that. And going on to his shoulder plates, I kind of like the way that they're not a bright yellow, even though, you know, that's how the Saiyan armor is supposed to look like. I do rather like the dark yellow, giving it a much darker tone. To me, the Saiyan Saga, I mean, the prequel to the Saiyan Saga was always kind of a darker tone for me because, you know, that's his origin. And I do have to like the way they actually try to attempt a little more detail right there on his belly design. So moving on to the cape, you guys, I gotta say that this figure, I do want to say that it's soft vinyl. I hope I am pronouncing that right. Point is that the cape is bendable to a certain extent and everything. I'm not sure if the cape can come off. Most likely you can't. I don't want to move the cape more than it has to, more than I have to. So if you do end up getting this figure, I do recommend not to mess with the cape too much because it does feel a bit fragile. So going on to the color, it's not bad at all. Once again, it's not a solid red piece as a cape and everything. Also, the design is not bad at all whatsoever. So going on to the color and everything, it's just not a solid red. You do get a little bit of grayish, blackish shading right here. And as far as the design goes, you know, it's absolutely cool and everything. I always like the way that capes take that effect, like wind is actually blowing it to a certain direction. So that's an awesome, you know, design for this figure. So finally, the last cool thing about this figure is actually his base. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it is kind of a custom design for, you know, him himself. Most bases, you know, they're just black or they're just clear. As far as this one goes, it actually has his insignia, and I gotta say that's pretty awesome. Alrighty, you guys, so I hope you guys did enjoy this relatively short review of this figure. He's not articulated or anything, and he is small, so that's why this review has to be small. So anyway, my overall thoughts about this figure, he is pretty cool, you know, and if you guys are looking for a kind of cool Kid Vegeta figure to have, you know, this is the one for you. They do have several other ones, but they are rather small, or I really don't know where to get them at. So as far as this one goes, I did find them on Amazon from a third-party seller. So most likely you have to look for this guy on eBay if he's not on Amazon. I did manage to get him for $18. But on eBay, for some reason, he's about $40 to $30. But I'm pretty sure if you actually look hard enough, you'll find him for around the same price. So anyway, you guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this awesome review. Any newcomers, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And anybody who's new or old, do feel free to hit that like button. It really helps out my channel when you do. As always, you guys, feel free to share the video. And as always, have an awesome, amazing day.
Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes.